beautiful souls, our beautiful soul family. It's so good to be here with you, and we're really looking forward to this podcast. Thank you so much for being here with us. I am Caroline Crawford.
And I'm Paul Crawford.
And before we share the show content with you, I've literally about an hour ago just taken the decision to not share on the live lounge the planetary energetics update, simply because I just feel we're trying to cram in too much information. And I know many of you go over to my channel, where it will be posted by January 23rd on the channel Caroline Crawford Spirit of Love. And the Federation of Light that channeled through the energetics were just coming through with so much good information for us, as always, and their love and their energy. And I know that you'll find that really valuable to listen to. So that will be up live on YouTube January the 23rd. And I'd ask you to go over and look at that when you have time. I know you'll find it interesting. So thank you.
Yeah, and we're going to be discussing and opening up to talk about transcending timelines as we let go of limitation and what that evolves and how that can help us move into a more expansive state of being, of living with greater freedom. As well as the words of wisdom from my team of collective consciousness, Jarama. Really look forward to that, as always.
So do I.
Yeah. But before that, I just wanted to say that what we provide, and we do look at this as a service of providing, is really coming from our core, and it's not about any form or shape of showmanship. It's about what we feel is necessary in the current times or the months we're moving into, and it's things that we think will be of great assistance to the world, really.
Yeah, and it's, we would never ever share anything with you to just sensationalize, to dramatize, or any, there's so much misinformation flying about at the moment, and things being sensationalized just to get your attention, and that's not us, is it, Paul?
No,
we've always been very down to earth, very honest in what we offer you, because it means a lot to us. It helps us grow. Every time after one of these podcasts, I can tell you for nothing, I expand and I grow, because we take more of that in on a deeper level. But the most sensational thing ever that we will share with you is your true nature, where all your magic lies, all your power, that power to shift energy, to shape shift, to create joy, and your superpowers that you connect with, they're sensational. Your intuition, your visions, your wisdom, and that growing into that knowing. So that we just wanted to say that, because with it being the new year, and I know not everybody celebrates New Year January 1st. There's the Gregorian calendar, which I believe is February the 10th. I do a bit of both, to be honest. Any reason to celebrate. And as I say, there's been a lot of predictions about this year, but don't let things pull you into a negative path, into a downward spiral. Know that we would only offer you things that we resonate with and that we find very informative in the current times.
Yeah. So what do we really mean by sort of transcending timelines as we let go of limitations? And it's really realizing that we do live with limitations, and those limitations are things that we've created within ourselves. And so now it really is in this time of moving forward to into this more enlightened state of ascended living, that it's important for us to let go of those things that are limiting us. And there's, for me, two key aspects of that is to stop worrying about what others are going to think about who we are or what we're doing or what we're we're trying to move towards, to stop caring almost. It doesn't mean that we're uncaring. It just means that because those other people, they could be having their own limitations, their own limited beliefs and a limited energy. And what we don't want is to have that to influence who we are. It's giving ourselves that greater freedom to be our true self. And I think the other thing really is to go beyond thinking of things in physical terms. And what I mean by that is connect to the energy of something, because that is where the true understanding of something is. When we think of things in physical terms, we bring it into this more constrained linear way of thinking. So that has a limitation by its nature. But as we allow ourselves to connect to the energy of something, we're actually connecting into the true essence of what has taken place, and it creates a more of a knowingness, and it's something deeper and more expansive. And it's worth remembering that everything that exists in the physical once existed first as an energy of thought, an energy of a belief. So it's just allowing ourselves to, and often what happens is that the energies of something often get dumbed down into this physical creation. But now's the time to step up into allowing ourselves to transcend those limitations and step into the real energetics of our thoughts and of our beliefs.
Yeah, and I think when we allow ourselves to live in this way, we're creating that essence, and we're living from that same essence that is within ourselves. That essence is the essence of limitlessness. Limitlessness, that's what I wanted to say. And you're then allowing your true nature to come into this limited world, to begin to allow yourself to go beyond the everyday kind of physicality, the restriction of the physical things, into a whole new realm of possibilities, and a whole new realm where the potential of something is at and can become its fullest. Just think, when we visualize, when we dream, we allow ourselves to go beyond those physical limitations of where we are, and we allow ourselves, we can do anything or be anything in that visualization, and we can go anywhere. And it's through connecting to that non-physical, the energy of something, the resonance of something, that we begin to transport ourselves to the possibilities of everything. It really opens up, and this is really what is needed and necessary at this time, because as we allow ourselves to let go of the limitation and allow ourselves to let go of what others think. I mean, I used to be so worried if I did something, what somebody would think, what somebody would say. And sometimes they don't even have to say anything. It can be a look. I didn't mean you. It can be a look. It can be a certain tone, can't it, that's just kind of disagreeing or disallowing us to be who we are. And we don't realise sometimes that we're allowing other people's energies and thoughts to control us. So it's really important we're aware of that and we let that go, because then we're really entering into the fullness of our true being. And it's this energy that will create changes within this physical world. And the more you allow yourself to connect to that energy, you begin to change then what is possible in this physical existence. This is how we begin to change reality, and we can begin to change what once we may have thought wasn't possible, and it becomes reality, it becomes possible. So it's really important that we let go of those limitations and what others think.
So what sort of practical things can we do? What practical steps can we take to really get that process moving? And first of all, I would say, really start with something small. Decide to make a small change. Move towards something that it's not something really major, something smaller for you, because that way it'll be easier for you to find the courage to actually to commence what it is that you wish to do. But also, I would then as well, especially in those early stages, I would keep it to yourself. Don't let spread it wide with everybody saying, and this is where it comes into being about what was said earlier about letting go of stop caring what others are going to think and what others are going to say. By keeping it to yourself, you can build up its momentum. You start to create this energy that is more supportive of that. And once you get to a certain point, then you can start sharing it. And then if somebody says something negative to you, then you're going to be in a stronger position to stay more balanced and to stay on track with what it is that you're wishing to create. So really, keep it to yourself, because some people can throw water on your fire. And in those early stages, you want to allow yourself to go beyond that.
Don't let them rain on your parade.
No, absolutely. Because sometimes, and I've had it with myself, where somebody said something, I felt really positive about something, and then somebody said something negative, and it's created doubt within myself, because I hadn't built up enough energy and momentum within what I was doing to override what somebody else is saying. And that's why a lot of times they don't mean to be mean or negative, but it's just what their thoughts and their limitations are within where they are at that moment. And when you're trying to move away from that, then you're actually beginning to you're moving away from conforming the ideas of what you need or what we need to conform to, as well as you're moving away from the energies of fear, because they're the old paradigms of this physical existence. And it's those institutions that have over the many centuries have created this energy of wanting you to conform to what they want. And it's allowing yourself to go beyond that and deciding, what is it you want? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go towards? And it's allowing yourself to make those changes in the strength of your own energy. So it's creating within you a stronger connection to your true self, so that you become, and everything that you do becomes more aligned to that infinite being that you are. And that's the state you're aiming for in creating that greater freedom.
Definitely. And I think we were going to talk a little bit about timelines and how we can move through timelines that are in existence here. And I think the first thing we have to remember is timelines are of the physical. They are a limitation in this physical world, because timelines are linear. And it's almost like, thought and belief. They have that system of a linear nature. In the non-physical, timelines just do not exist. There are not timelines there. But when we allow ourselves to connect to the energy of something, we can then begin to transcend that linear timeline of something to the possibilities that we can be in, all places at the same time. And we're opening ourselves up to creating more than one reality. And it's just like, in the same way there's an understanding of physical science, there's also the theory of science, and it's those theories of science that go beyond what is physically known. And this is the same thing that you will be doing as you enter into the fullest potential of the theory of something. But then when you enter into that energy of it, rather than it being a theory, then it can become your reality.
Yeah, definitely.
So that aim is to go beyond timelines into a higher reality, because as I said, in the non-physical world there are no timelines, and it's about bringing that energy, that existence of a higher self, that higher energy, into this physical existence. So there can be times when we can almost create an energy that could be considered a disbelief into something that becomes a new belief, an expanded belief, a belief that is not limiting, that is of a unlimited, of a limitless resonance. And this is how, this is how we evolve. It's not an immediate understanding, as with many things in life. It's a continual evolving, it's a continual moving forward, a continual growth. And by creating that energy and understanding that things are continual within ourselves, then we can create an elevation for all humanity. And in raising that vibrational energy, your vibrational energy, you create a greater limitless existence within yourself, and that, as I said, it then moves out into the world. And that is what is needed now, a new belief system that transcends limitation, a new belief that transcends limitation, because this is where the energies that are coming into the planet now for humanity is moving us towards, and we just need to be aware of that and to kind of take that on board, acknowledging and creating that understanding within ourselves, and to that greater alignment to the infinite beings that we are, because that is then true transcendence. And this is where you'll find also that we can move beyond the energies of comparison to go beyond the energies of even wanting to know. I'm good at doing that. I want to know everything. But we move into the energies of a higher self, of that knowing through letting go. And that's how we achieve these elevated states of letting go of the limitation, letting go of every limiting thought, every limiting belief, and therefore any limiting creation within the physical that leads, as we said, to that transcended state of existence that we are all capable of doing. So going beyond those timelines, rather like the clouds in the blue sky. The clouds may create a little bit of distraction or limitation, but that blue sky is always there. That higher energy is always there. So if you feel limited, think of connecting to your higher self. Know there's a higher energy. Know there's a limitless energy, and you can connect to that. And of course, calling on your guides and ancestors will also assist you in reaching those elevated states through your asking and your permission and inviting them to do so. So I can hear Paul's spirit team, the wonderful Jurama, about to come through. So I'm sure you're looking forward to hearing what they have to say as much as I am. So I'm going to allow myself to be quiet and listen to Jurama. Welcome.
Hello, my friends. We wanted to begin by asking you to cast back your memory to a time where you were worry-free, where you were not thinking about paying bills, where you were not thinking about all these 1,001 things that you have to get completed either today, tomorrow, next week, or next month. And I want you to reconnect to that energy of freedom, because that is what we are encouraging you to recreate within yourselves now. Creating within yourselves that energy that will allow you to go beyond those limiting energies of constraint, those limiting energies of worry. And when you allow yourself to enter into that energy of greater freedom, you are actually doing so because you are living more presently. You are living more in the present moment. And when you are living more in the present moment, you're not thinking about all of those other thousands of things that need to be done. It's also allowing yourself to be filled with a greater reassurance, a greater positivity by connecting through meditation, through stillness, to the truth of your being. And the truth of your being, as we have said many times, is one of this infinite love. So as such, your soul only wants you to experience this wonderful, joyful energy of what true beingness is. And as you cultivate those energies more and more through that sense of greater freedom, through letting go of those limiting thoughts, those limiting beliefs, those limiting habits, then you allow yourself to start building up this elevated resonance within you. And that is going to strengthen who you are. And as you allow that to take place, the wisdom of your soul will come and talk to you more. Or rather, should we say, you hear the wisdom of your soul, for your soul is always talking to you. But what happens is you close yourself off to the messages that are coming through to you, because you are limiting your life and focusing on all of those concerns rather than living with a greater sense of freedom. And we're not saying that it is an easy transition to make, but it is a necessary one. For the way this world currently is, the energies that are in this world, as much as there are many expanded positive energies, there are also energies that wish to maintain the way things are. And that is, in essence, this controlling, fearful way of living. And we are saying, now is the time for you to step into your state of freedom. Because when you are free, you are liberated, you begin to make what we consider to be better choices. Choices that are more fulfilling, choices that are more expansive, choices that will raise you to those elevated states of living. That is the aim of so many within this earth at the moment, and is also one of the reasons why you have chosen to incarnate at this time. You have chosen to incarnate at this time because you know that you can achieve this. So allow yourself to do it, allow yourself to be it, allow yourself to fully immerse who you are into the energies of your truth. the energies of love, of infinite love, of that divine inspiration. And as you do this, you begin to create a greater clarity within yourself, not just energetically, but on all levels. And as you do that, you begin to create a clearing within your pathway moving forward, but also what you are leaving in your wake. You are leaving a shining light, a beacon of a liberating energy for others to connect to and to find and use to help them find their own inner courage to take their selves forward. Now, we are not saying that others are your focus, but being of service is. And you be of service by becoming the brightest light that you can be in this physical existence, and realizing that this physical existence is merely an illusionary cloak, that you are able to go beyond. You go beyond it that's been spoken about in your dream time. You go beyond it when you are envisioning or when you are daydreaming. In those times, anything is possible. And it is also true that anything is possible whilst you are still more consciously aware of your physical embodiment. This is your transcendence into these higher realms of living. This is your transcendence into this new world, this fifth dimension, although we do not really encourage you to think in those finite terms of dimensions. For really, everything is infinite, including what you can achieve and when and where you can achieve it. You are an infinite being, so why not allow yourself to live in an infinite way now? And as you allow that to transpire into who you are, life takes on a whole new, more joyful way of not just living, but meaning. And when we say meaning, we're talking about the energy of it. So remember, my friends, everything is energy. Everything is energy at its core, at its true existence. Some things stay in that energetic form. Other things come into a physical existence. But the essence is always there and available for you to connect into and to allow yourself to live with greater freedom. It's your choice. It is always your choice. It has always been your choice. So allow yourself to step into your own power of making new, more purposeful, more mindful, more meaningful, and more progressive choices without any judgment of what has gone before, what you are currently going to. Just allow yourself to be in that energy of true freedom. And with that, my friends, we will say goodbye for now. But remember, it is possible for you to achieve this. But as the adage goes, don't bite off more than you can chew in those early stages. Building blocks, one at a time, will take you forward with a greater relaxation and therefore with a greater acceleration towards where you wish to move toward, where you wish to be, and who you wish to become. Goodbye, my friends.
Thank you very much. So I always love listening to Jarama at least once more, because I just feel, like he says as well, I feel the energy, not just the words they bring forward. And it's that energy that we're connecting to move us into our higher selves, to go beyond the physical limitations, remembering that we are all divine, we are all multi-dimensional beings. Thank you, Paul, as well.
Yeah.
So I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. We certainly enjoyed putting it together and being here with you and just sharing our thoughts. Some you might agree with, some you don't, and whatever, it's absolutely fine. So a little recap on the main point. So remember that timelines are just a physical limitation in this world, and connect to that higher energy, to the inviting the energy of the fullness of your being. That's a lovely thing to do that I've been asking every morning, that I live from the fullness of my being.
I think, and to stop worrying about what others are going to think or what others' opinions are. Let them have their opinions, just don't open yourself up to listening to it.
Yeah.
And go beyond the physical aspect of something, even going beyond the words of something and connecting to the energy of it, because that is where the true understanding will be. That's where the true understanding lies. Yeah,
and raising your vibrational energy in creating a greater limitless existence within yourself is of service, because it helps us and it resonates out to help others, and that is what is needed right now in this world, a new belief system that transcends limitation. So thank you for being with us. We've really enjoyed it. We're back next month with our new podcast. Remember that the planetary energetics update channeled by the Federation of Light won't be a part of this show in the future, because I just feel we have so much to share with you that goes on my personal channel, Caroline Crawford, Spirit of Love, and it'll be there January 23rd, so I hope you enjoy listening to that. Please remember to subscribe and like if you enjoyed it. It means a great deal to us. Just really wanting to expand our channel and share with those that you feel would be interested or would resonate and receive some help from this.
Definitely sharing with others, and I think that's the whole thing about everything that we talk about. If it resonates with you, and once you've settled with it yourself, start to share it. You know, start to share who you are and your wonderful uniqueness.
Go into those limitless vibrations. So from my heart to yours, sending you all my love. Keep shining and be who you are.
And from my heart to yours as well, we love sharing these moments with you.
So for now, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Namaste.